Hey there, Wild Silence appeared, and God, I had to wrestle to get into this chair and actually, turn on the mic after cutting up all this footage today, like a nice Christmas goose. God, I've wanted to try goose for like the longest time. Like, I want to try each one of those fucking long-necked piece of shit fucking ducks, geese, let's see, crane. I don't think the crane will taste that good. Probably very gamey, if I'm going to assume anything about these meats that I'm anticipating. Like, I'm also expecting like a sort of like, because I've never had actual game game meat that's like red game meat. Is that a proper term for it, or is goose meat just generally regarded as just not as being not of the poultry of the game variety? Because it's hard to tell what game refers to. It's something that you hunt, isn't it? It's that's why it's called game, is because you made a fucking thing out of it. You made it so that you make it so that that's the reason why it's so celebrated, is because you have to get it yourself, and you make a game out of it, and you're so proud of yourself. You won the game by killing the thing and serving it on your plate. The world's most dangerous game. Except I'm not sure he was intending on eating them out and then eating them. Don't like that imagery, no siree. So, I'm really looking forward to... I really want to try that Canadian goose. There is no mercy for those little fucks. The things that I am confident would have no mercy towards me. And that's where me and my liberal friends struggle, is they think it's better to be a victim than to be a true militant resistor, which, is a dumb both-sidesism that's only going to result in victimization. Maybe the liberal is just the true idealist, the one who just says everything is fine, all the suffering is inevitable, and shit. They don't even research. That's my headphone got pulled out. Yeah, I pre-gamed before recording this, so you're meeting me at a pretty escalated quality, and I apologize. Although I doubt you can tell, the game footage had to be reduced in quality because my fucking thing was fucking around. My fucking computer was fucking around, and QuickTime, which is what I used to record, like the screen, yeah, it just refused. It just stalled on me and just said operation could not be completed, and I couldn't find any details anywhere. So as a result, I had to, what the frick? Oh jeez. Johnny just texted me. Nice. I apologize. You'll be hearing that. You'll be hearing the noise that I just heard. You didn't hear it. I heard it, but it was the text noise. It's going to sound like a telegraph. I don't know how to turn the conversations on Do Not Disturb when it comes to Messenger on my computer. Now that I've got it hooked up, whenever somebody texts me, you're gonna hear that noise. I apologize. Luckily, it's relatively on par with the game audio, so there shouldn't be too much of a concern with it. Now, as for the reason why it was hard to get into this chair, it's because I still feel very unmotivated right now. I feel like nothing I do... I'm at this stage where it's like, what really matters in the world anymore? What's the point of doing anything? Nobody likes me. Bullshit. I have no support, whatever. So why bother doing anything? And, you know, I need to turn that ship around. And the reason for that is because, you know, like, I had a pseudo breakdown at my physician's office when he asked if I was okay or not. And it's like, oh, whoops, there goes all of my secret inner hatred and misery. Happy face. Keep wearing that happy face, y'all. And so I do that, and he's like, alright, I'll set you up with a counselor, and you should, like, you know, go to the unemployment office to see if you can find a proper job in your field. And then, you know, I still haven't gone to the unemployment office. It's I don't know. I think my father's classism has gotten to me because, you know, he refuses to refer to job. He chooses to just, you know, have a classist attitude towards certain jobs and say, no, you can do better than this and that and so and so. And it's just like, you know, I'm not doing anything right now, so something's better than nothing, isn't it? And they're like, no, and you know, maybe they're right. I'm not gonna say, I mean, I'm certainly grateful that, you know, I can hang out at home all the time, you know, fucking do this shit, do the shit that I pre-gamed, fucking doing all, and you know, just generally relaxing. But my conscience grabs at me all the time and shakes me and says, why aren't you doing good in the world? And then I'm like, oh, I'm trying, boss. And I don't know where I was going with that. But what I was going to say was that it's like my mind keeps shouting me down, keeps treating me like shit, because, you know, I'm actually trying to relax a bit, but, you know, also with that relaxation and this pondering about my personal shames and whatever, all of that tends to just boil down to me, like, emotionally abusing myself and just, like, stalling. And I need to really pick up the pace on writing. I'm just so... I feel like it's... Okay, maybe I'm going about editing my book the wrong way. I'm really desperate to keep it the way it is while also editing it to my editor's approval. Maybe, once again, maybe that's not the best way to work around it. Cause okay, here's my issue, okay? The way that I work on books is to effectively imagine several cool sequences and then get to each sequence. And I can improv my way through that. No problem. It is pie to fucking do that as a writer, in my opinion. From my experience. That's what I'm good at. Can I say that? Is that okay? Is it okay to say that that's the way I write? And I respect other people if they have another way? You see, this is the kind of social anxiety that I'm having, like, consistently throughout the day, you know? I okay, I wanted to clear my conscience for a bit, so, you know, it sounds terrible, but, you know, this is me trying to talk through my issues, trying to, like, be my own therapy, and it's like, okay, I give some money to a panhandler outside of one of my local grocers, and I do it to help my fellow man, okay? And it's like, yeah, it was okay. I handed the guy a $5 and I moved on. And, you know, like, there was no confrontational aspect to it whatsoever. But I keep mulling it over, like, part of my brain is telling me when I did that shit, it's like, oh, look at you. You think you're so great because you did that. Aren't you special? And I'm like, oh, would you prefer I not do it? And it's just like, oh, so that's where you're gonna go with it, huh? You regret it, huh? You greedy fuck. And that part of my conscience, I feel, is just so emotionally unhealthy, and I'm super overthinking shit. And that's what happens when, you know, when I do take a fucking break. I get antsy. I'm a workaholic to the extent that, you know, things buzz around in my head too much, and I worry because, you know, when I relaxed, I feel like if life feels like a muddy fucking hill, right? And it's like, if I don't keep scrambling, like, maniacally, then I'm gonna start rolling back down. So I feel the roll is happening, I'm going, and the more progress I lose, the more I lose, because, you know, that's the way that humans perceive time, is that it's this linear function where everything has a beginning, middle, and end. And it's like, yeah, I have a timer. I need to get as far up the hill as I can. But also, another part of me, I guess the cynical part of me, is just that the pessimistic part of me says, what if there is no end to the hill? What if there is no tipping point and you're just fucking around until an accident happens? And I think my ambition and my no, I can't blame my class consciousness. I can't blame myself and I've become exceedingly cynical about the potential to, you know, become a success. So it's my cynicism. It's not my fucking class consciousness. It's my cynicism that does it. Cynicism that is based off of the class struggle. That's it. I've gotten it. I've gotten the reason why I am so stressed out over it. Why? Because I have no faith in people. Even tangentially, like, and I think I think it was 2016 that ruined it for me, when, you know, the whole world just turned topsy-turvy. Black was white, right was left, bollocks, you know, up was down, what goes up must come down, but not me, clown. Oh man, I've been listening to Chief Rocka, like, repeatedly, like, before I started recording. It was fantastic. I'm really digging fucking 90s rap right now, god damn. Like, I keep listening to Cypress Hill's Black Sunday, like, the entire album, over and over again, even though at first I thought it was, okay, but then it escalates, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this slaps. This slaps alright. What a goofy thing. What a goof. Pop culture's a goofy thing. I'm gonna have some of my drink because my mouth is dry. Hold on. God damn. Let's see, what was I discussing? 90s rap. And then it's like, I'm also listening to a lot of Boogie Down Productions shit, you know, KRS and all that shit. Man, he's such a great fucking rapper and a great dude. If only, you know, he wasn't, if only, you know, okay. Like, he said that, you know, he said that something about him being like, celebrating 9/11 was like, back in the day, like, when it, like, in 2002, and it's like, whoa, wow. Back then, it was like, jeez, career suicide. And, like, but other than that, like, he's had nothing but the best shit. And he's like, he is especially class conscious. Like, I love his fucking album cover where he's just in the place where Malcolm X is when he's got, like, the AK by his window. Do you really think that there was a guy with a camera just, like, really just sitting there while there was a possibility of, like Malcolm X is looking out the window like, did I hear something out there? Is somebody coming at me? And it's like, what kind of fucking dumbass cameraman would, like, try to take a picture if they're under the threat of, you know, an armed assault? Not me. That guy must have been one brave-ass, reckless photographer with nothing to lose. I have a few things to lose, I learned. And that's why, you know, that's where the fear comes from. Stay wild. That was an existential fucking wreck. Oh!
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.